Hi loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So if you remembered, I posted a video on my channel asking you guys which phone should I be keeping or should I be returning. So I got a lot of answers, and you guys are really torn between the two as well. So there are viewers who said that I should pick this S23 Ultra, but there are also others who said that I should pick the Z Flip5. So today is the day that I have to make a decision on which phone am I keeping. I mean, honestly, until now as we speak, I still don't have any concrete decision, but I have to make one now since I needed to return the phone tomorrow. So as we all know, foldable or flip phones are really here to stay. I mean, a lot of phone companies are making their own version of it. So for sure, this phone is going to be here for no one knows how long. And this is why I kind of wanted to keep mine, because aside from it's too cute and I love the color, I wanted to keep it because it feels like the design won't really get old. I mean, it's just really very impressive. But because of its innovation, there are some specs that needed to be lowered to compromise with the design. I mean, for example, you can compare this screen. We can't really get an all-glass screen because then we cannot fold or flip the phone. So then they have to settle to a lower quality screen compared to the S23 Ultra. But don't get me wrong, guys, the Z Flip5 screen is amazing. I mean, it's sharp, it's really clear. It's just that it's not as good as the S23 Ultra. So I know that these two phones are really two different phones. They're very different from each other. And someone also put out a comment, a lot put out a comment about that. It's just that you can really still compare these two phones in a way of, basing it on how it can be productive in your daily life. So, it might be from the same company, but it's totally different from each other. Though they are both great phones, that I can assure you of. It's just that the decision on which you should get should depend on your own preference and how you use it on a daily basis. So this is where I based my decision. So obviously, you all know from the title that I'll be returning my Z Flip5. Please don't skip and hear me out. Don't get me wrong, I love the Z Flip5. If only I can keep both, then I will. Today I won't go so much on specs. I'll just give you reasons why I wanted to return it. So yeah, for the first reason really is the screen. The S23 Ultra's display is just too good not to keep it. There are times that I decided to keep the Flip5. Seriously, I have already picked the Z Flip5 several times, but then every time I go and pick up my S23 Ultra and see how good the display is, then it always makes me hesitant to keep the Z Flip5. The Flip5's display is really great, but the S23 Ultra is just really unbeatable. So yeah, S23 Ultra should be your option if you don't have any other, let's say, extra phone or something, because then you'll never go wrong with it. So next is the camera. There was once that I went out with just my Z Flip5 and my iPhone 14 Pro Max. So I picked the Flip5 that day because of portability. So I left my S23 Ultra. So we were in a zoo to capture a lot of animals and stuff, but the Flip5's zoom is just too bad that I always end up getting my iPhone from the bag and use it to take photos. So instead of convenience, it was more of an inconvenience instead, because then I needed to take out my other phone for photos, and then my Flip 5 for like if I needed to call or text someone, because since my iPhone 14 Pro Max is for work, then I only have like colleagues there for work, so I don't really have like my personal like friends and family and stuff. So it was more of a work instead of convenience, like honestly. So in this case, the S23 Ultra might have been a perfect one to carry, but the Flip 5's selfie camera is really great though. So I was taking some selfies with that one, but you won't be walking in a zoo taking like selfies, right? I mean, that just doesn't make sense. Okay, next is the cover screen. Yes, you heard me right. The cover screen of the Z Flip 5 is just so good. It's so good that I find myself just using it instead of opening the phone. And in this case, it made me realize, why settle on a smaller screen when you can do the same thing but on a screen twice the size of the cover screen? Like seriously, I'm so impressed with the cover screen of the Z Flip 5. It's just that it's too good, too impressive not to use it, so I always end up using it instead of like flipping open the phone. So you might tell me that why not open the phone instead then if you want to use a bigger screen. So this will be the next reason as to why I will return this Z Flip. I mean, yes, Flip 5 is really very compact and convenient, but there are times that it is more of a work instead of a convenience. Like at first, you'll be so fond of flipping it open and close. You think it's so cool and fun, but as time goes by, you'll start to feel like it is quite of a job. I mean, if you're a person who's out most of the time, or a person who's doing a lot of things, always so busy, you don't really have that much time with your phone, then I guess the Flip 5 will be a great choice, because then you'll just for sure flip it open if you needed to, or you'll just take a look at it if you needed to message someone or text someone. But for a person like me who needs to have a daily use of the phone, I mean, even at work, guys, I still text or contact my family through Messenger. I mean, they're very far away from me, so constant communication is really important. So even if I'm editing or doing something, I still find myself using the phone. So I find it tiring to keep it opening and closing the phone. So I always end up just keeping it open while it's laying on the table. So the essence of being a flip phone isn't really appreciated much. So the only time I appreciate it is when I needed to bring a small bag, because the size of the Z Flip is just perfect. It's perfect because it fits on all of my purses. So I'll be showing you guys these two purses I have here with me. So these are some of my smallest bag that I have. So I have this Michael Kors. It's like a wallet bag. So as you can see, there's a place there where you can put the phone on the back part of the bag. And I have this Valentino bag as well. This one is no problem because then even the S23 Ultra fits. It's just that you can't bring a lot if your phone is too big as well. So as you can see, the Z Flip 5 still leaves a lot of space for me to put other stuff, like let's say a powder or a lipstick or a perfume. And I mean, it's perfect if you needed to be out for, let's say, long time or hour, or it's just really perfect. But since my S23 Ultra fits as well, then this bag is no issue, because I can even put my Z Flip 5 as well together with the S23 Ultra. But the issue, guys, will be raised when I'm going to use the Michael Kors, because that bag is very compact that you can't really bring a lot, and I can't really bring two phones. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what I mean with that. Anyway guys, you might be wondering why my Flip 5 just looks so pink. It has a skin, obviously. I'll be making a video for that as well, how I was able to make this skin for my Flip 5. So yeah. So here is my Michael Kors bag. It's very worn out, as you can see, because I had it since I think 2019 or 2020, I'm not sure. But obviously my S23 Ultra can't fit if I have a case, but it fits like really good if I am not using any case. It's just that, guys, I can't really use a phone without a case. I just feel very paranoid of, dropping and breaking the screen. But as you can see right now, it fits like perfectly. It's just that I needed to still get it and put a case. Why do I keep saying skin? A case, because I can't go using without any case. And this one, the Flip 5, obviously I can't put it at the back because then it's too bulky. Even if it's small, it's a bit bulky in size once it's folded, so I can't really put it in the back part of the phone. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna put it in the inside compartment, so I still have the back part for, let's say for example, my 14 Pro Max. So this phone is just really amazing when it comes to the size, because you can really work out a lot on this one. You can put it on any purses. You can just put it in your pocket or in a small bag. So as you can see, I can still make use of the bag in more ways than how you can imagine. So since I can put it in the inside compartment, then I still have the back part for another phone. So this is one of the reasons as well why I still wanted to keep the Flip 5. It's just that, if only I can, then I will keep both. But, I needed to pick one now, because then I needed to return one tomorrow. So don't get me wrong, I really love the Z Flip 5. Since I needed to choose one, then the S23 Ultra will be the phone for me. If you guys are in the same situation that you needed to pick which phone you should keep or you should be picking, all I can say is that if you have an extra phone and the Z Flip 5 will be let's say for example just something you will go with as a secondary phone or main phone, but at the same time you have another phone to go with, then I think you should keep the Z Flip 5. It's good, it's very compact and fancy. But if you have only let's say for example one phone and you needed to pick which one to get, then I will definitely give my 100% on the S23 Ultra, because obviously I think, not obviously, but I think this one can stand longer time than the Z Flip 5, and the specs are amazing, 100% amazing. So you should just get the S23 Ultra if you needed a phone to be your main phone, the daily driver. You should get the S23 Ultra. So you might be wondering, why this phone when it's too bulky and too big? Honestly, I like the S23 Ultra though. Even if it's too big, I love the wider display. I can't type with one hand on both phones, so it's going to be the same with the Z Flip 5. I will still be using both hands when I'm texting. So the S23 Ultra would be even better in that case, because it has more space or more room for typing. So the keyboard feels nicer to tap in an all glass screen as well. That's why I'm picking it. So anyway guys, you'll never go wrong on both phones. They're both amazing phones and I like them both. I'll probably wait for the next year to get a flip phone, but since I got the S23 Ultra first and this phone really made me fall in love with it, then I'll be keeping it. So everything that I have said, everything that I have shared for today's video, they're really all based on my personal opinion. So please guys, don't get me wrong. if you want the Z Flip 5, then go for it. If you want the S23 Ultra, then by all means get it. I mean, it really depends on your like decision on which phone to get, and not on like anyone else. It's just that we're here to, you know, help you guys and give you like ideas and tips. But anyways, that's it for today's content, guys. Please let me know what you guys think, and if you reached this part, please do consider giving this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe on my channel. See you on my next one. Bye.